Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all safe and well. Now on today's episode, I've got some new vinyl to show to you, and I'm going to be sharing some of my thoughts about why I purchased these particular albums. It's been a while since I've done a video such as an unboxing, and simply the reason is I haven't found enough material out there to pique my interest. So in order to put these videos together, I like to get 4 or 5 albums for a individual video. Hence, that's the time it's taken. So yes, let's get on with it, and I will show you my first delight. So this is a 1972 release. It's currently a re-release under Mr. Bongo, and originally it came out on Universal, I believe, and it's by a gentleman called Ian Carr, and the album's entitled Belladonna. So that's the cover. I find that really nice. It's really interesting. Got a lot of time for that. It's actually that way because it's a gatefold cover. So yeah, I haven't cracked the seal yet. I'm not going to do it yet. So sorry about that. So let's orientate it back that way. Yeah, this particular album, I have heard of. Well, I've come across Ian Carr quite a few times, mainly in conjunction with a gentleman by the name of Don Riddell, maybe, or Rendell, something like that. And yeah, it's I've taken a listen to some of their material, and I do like it genuinely. It's with each individual album I've heard, there just hasn't been enough to tip me over the edge to say I must have that. Until now, this particular album just floated my boat. It's just what I like in a UK based jazz odyssey type thing. Yeah, this floated my boat. So yeah, give it a listen if you've never heard it before. See what you think. But yeah, for me, it's just an interesting album and concept. So yeah, let's just I'll read the blurb which is on the front. Ian Carr, Belladonna, official reissue of the sought-after jazz rock fusion rarity from 1972. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a jazz rock fusion whatever going on, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Featuring the cream of UK jazz musicians of the 70s, remastered by Miles Showell at Abbey Road. Okay, Miles, you done a really good job, yeah. There is a trend now to actually acknowledging the engineers, and yeah, I can kind of get it because it's kind of they're responsible for the overall sound as the listener hears it. So yeah, they're a really important cog in the mechanism. I'd rather know about the other musicians, and I'm sure it's probably on the inner sleeve somewhere. But yeah, it's just an interesting thing nowadays to actually acknowledge the engineers involved. So yeah, there you go. An official Mr. Bongo reissue. So yeah, I'm thoroughly happy about that. So again, that is the cover. And let me show you the vinyl itself. So the vinyl came in this packaging. It's yeah, it's nice. It's no complaints there at all. It's a lovely inner sleeve. I like the kind of hallucinogenic type. I can imagine if you put this on, you let it spin around, it would be, yeah, distracting and then calming at the same time. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Let's have a look at the vinyl itself. So it's flat. It's very, very thin, and that irks me. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. And yeah, let me show you the labels. There you go. That's really quite nice. The weight is the minimum standard. It really is. It's disappointing. They could have done better with that. And it's just so thin. It's so thin. It's so The content on the album is absolutely fascinating. It's a lovely journey, but whoever's responsible, you could have given me, for the money, you could have given me a denser bit of vinyl. I really would have appreciated it. It's just not good. Right, the second album today, lovely slice of jazz, which I picked up from the Pure Pleasure website. And this is by Stanley Cowell. You might have heard of him from Music Inc. And he's done solo as well as collaborative work. He's pretty much worked with everybody who's anybody in jazz. And this album is called Musa, Ancestral Dreams. Okay. And it's a solo jazz piano odyssey. So there you go. I'll try and see when it was released. Originally 1974 and on the Strata East record label. So yeah, once again, Pure Pleasure just seemed to serve up exactly what I want or what's missing in my collection. It's usually jazz. They kind of stay away from the Blue Note side of things. Not to say you can't get it from them, but it's more the kind of independence, these smaller labels. And as you can see from my own channel, it's like I like to champion the underdog. So it's really nice to see such a release. Now, the reason for purchasing this particular album, A, I like Stanley Cowell anyway. B, I like anything pretty much on the Strata label. C, I like Pure Pleasure record, music site. And D, this album contains a couple of tracks which I've got by other artists. And at least one of them, Stanley Cowell's, does a version of it with Music Inc. But yeah, I'll get to the point. The tracks are abscretions. I've got a thing for saying abstractions, but it's actually abscretions and equipoise. Equipoise, I'm probably pronouncing that horrendously. I've got a version of it by Max Roach, and it's unbelievable. So to get those two tracks done as a solo jazz piano is just a lovely touch. It blew my mind when I first heard it. The rest of the album, can take it or leave it. Traveling Man's good as well. But yes, those two tracks, Abscretions and Equipoise, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that really badly. It's just that I need to hear somebody else say it, and then it'll click in from there. Have a listen to those two tracks, see what you think. Really, 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 for me, it just fits right into my collection. So there you go. That's the cover. It's a gatefold cover as well. The vinyl itself came in this nice inner sleeve. No complaints with that. Let's have a look at the vinyl. So compared with the Ian Carr album, immediately straight out the gate, this is a weight which is far more acceptable for the price point. Yes, I've got no complaints. Let's just show you the standard Strata label there. So yeah, that's nice. It's not as flat. Yeah, it's not going to be a problem. Yeah, the weight, it's just, yeah, this is acceptable. This is how it should be. Give me, I'm paying quite a bit of money for it. Come on, don't cheat me with the weight of the vinyl. Now, there's some people out there who say, well, that's got nothing to do with actually the sound reproduction. Yeah, I'm not going to argue the point with you, but what I'm saying is, in terms of a tactile experience, for me anyway, and sorry for moving the mic there, for me at least, the denser vinyl just puts a smile on my face. So yeah, I might be deluding myself. I might be making an issue of something that isn't an issue. But for me, and the price of how much vinyl albums cost at this moment in time, can you give me what I want? Can you give that to me? Make me happy. So there you go. Yes, very happy with that indeed. The next album today, Saw it, took a chance on it, and yeah, I haven't looked back. I haven't really given it a real good listen, but I know it's going to be super quirky. And the album is a soundtrack album by a gentleman called Roger Webb. You might have, on my channel at least, you might have come across him before. He's got a unique sound. I like what he does. He's got a certain flamboyance and he's got originality. And the soundtrack is entitled Bartleby. There you go. I like that. It's kind of like a Humphrey Bogart type detective's front door to his office type thing. Yeah, kind of. That's how it looks to me anyway. But an English version of it. Yeah, the sticker reads as follows. Buy this album as it is fucking awesome. Yes. And well, I've heard of it. It's and I like soundtrack albums anyway. It's an opportunity to hear genres and mixes and compositions that you wouldn't hear in any other scenario. You wouldn't come across it. So I'm really a fan of the soundtrack. So yeah, it's going to be quirky. Like I said, I can't wait to give this a really good listen to. But I bought it because what I did hear of it, I liked it on initial listening. Hopefully I will feel the same after 2 or 3 run-throughs of this particular soundtrack. But yeah, check it out for yourselves. See if it's to your taste. It might just be me and 3 other people for all I know who like this. So yeah, no regrets there. Let me show you. Oh, does it say anything about when it originally came out? No. The simple answer is no. I can't tell you when it originally came out. But let's show you the vinyl. The vinyl came in a horrible... Well, no. Look, it's paper, so I'm always going to be a bit funny about it. But this is thicker paper in fairness, so I'm not going to go too far on it. The vinyl itself, oh goodness me. Although it is flat, it is quite dirty, and hence why I don't like it in these. That's thin. That's as thin, if not slightly thinner than the Ian Carr. Now it's not. Oh yeah, it's so distracting me. I didn't even show you the label. I just lost myself in the moment there. The fury was building up. Yeah, it's thick. It's like, well, I'm going to retract something. It feels a bit heavier than the Ian Carr. It feels slightly heavier, but it's still not great. And yeah, it just kind of, it wrecks the experience. Look, I was super happy talking about it. Got the vinyl in my hand, and all of a sudden I feel deflated. My enthusiasm has been depleted because you manufacturers are giving me light vinyl, and stop doing it. There's no need, not at these prices. Come on. All right, the last album today. Yes, this was intriguing, this particular one. Let's see if I can get some details before we go into anything else. Right, I can't tell you when it was originally released. It's by a gentleman called Jerry Vile or Wheel, depending on where you come from. Apparently it was recorded in Venezuela, which is nice. And the album's entitled The Message. Yeah, a lot of you might have seen this about in the wilds. Yeah, for me at least, the album cover I found intriguing, wanted to give it a listen to, and when I did, it kind of blew my socks off in terms of there was so many genres in here in this album present. It just piqued my interest. It was a different sound. It's not me trying to repeat what I've already got in my collection. I like to branch out every now and again and get something which is challenging or just completely different. I can't. So yeah, that's just a long-winded way of me saying that. Super original what's going on here. It's a very nice piece, or well, a very nice composition as an album. So have a listen to it for yourself, see what you think, see if it fits into your collection. But for me, it's part of my musical journey. Yeah, I liked it. It's Hammond organ plus kind of like jazz piano, so he's doing both things on the same album. Usually I don't like the kind of Hammond organ sound. I'm not really a fan of it, but when he does it nicely, and there's not a lot of it on the album, so yeah, I can tolerate it. So yeah, Jerry Vile, The Message. And sorry I can't tell you when this was originally released. Yeah. The cover itself is very nice. Let me take it out of the bag. Yeah, it's very nice. It's got a very nice tactile feeling to it. And it's got I didn't even realise that. It's got an inner card as well. Let me show you that. So, something nice to have a read of at a later point. Yeah, that's real nice, that is. Right. Because of my disappointment with the weight of vinyls, I can already feel myself building up to losing it, and maybe it's not justified. So, okay, calm down. So the vinyl itself came in, yeah, nice in the sleeve. No complaints about that. But I can already feel the thinness of it. I can already feel it. Could you guys hear that really deep inhale? If you did, that was me. Yeah, it's thin. It's thin. Don't know why it's that thin, but it is. I'm sure it's recorded lovely. Yeah, there's a bit of just detritus on here, which I'm not entirely happy about, but yeah, that detritus is not nice. Yeah, this is going to need a thorough clean, and I'm hoping that's not going to affect the sound reproduction at all. But yeah, hence I went quiet there, because I saw a couple of things I weren't entirely happy about. I'm not a person to necessarily go back to the record shop and get another copy. That's just time and effort I don't really have. But at the same time, I don't want to lose money on a piece of vinyl which should have been in tip-top condition and perhaps isn't. So yeah, my bottom lip is 3 pieces of vinyl out of 4, which are lighter than I would have hoped. So yeah, I'm on a little downer now. I'm gonna have some quiet time because I'm not happy. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't wholly a pleasant experience. Yeah, it's just a little thing, but it's so important. Please put some weight to your vinyl. We're paying premium prices. Come on, serve up what we want. And for those who say that it makes no difference at all, you're probably right. It's just me, and I would just prefer a weighty piece of vinyl to make myself feel better, and fall to the illusion that somehow it sounds better when it's probably not the case. But that's just me. So until the next episode, thank you very much for spending some time with me. I'm super glad to show you some new vinyl. Perhaps they might fit into your collection. So give them a listen, see what you think. They are out there at this moment. A couple of them, I think the Ian Carr one might come out of press quite quickly. So if you think you're going to like it, I would pull the trigger sooner rather than later. But yes, happy hunting for your vinyl. If you've got any comments in relation to any of the albums that I've shown you today, please let me know in the comment section. Feel free to like, subscribe and share. And until the next episode, please look after yourselves, stay safe, consider subscribing, and I will see you soon. So until then, bye bye.